Hello again everyone, and welcome back to ESOL with Lizzy. Today we are going to talk about the simple past tense. This video is perfect for entry 2 ESOL learners and above. In English, we use the simple past tense to talk about things that happened or existed before now. Either yesterday, last week, last month, last year, or a few years ago. For example, I walked to the supermarket last week. You listened to a lot of music last year. She looked beautiful yesterday. Let's have a closer look at these sentences. How do we make the simple past tense? To make sentences in the simple past tense, we need to start with a subject. These are words like I, you, he, she, it, we, they, or a name. In our sentences here, the subjects are in red. I, you, and she. Then we need a roots verb. A verb is the action or movement in a sentence, and a roots verb is the shortest form of the verb, with nothing extra on the end like ing or s. In our sentences, the roots verbs are in blue: walk, listen, and look. And then we need to add ed to the verb, which is in green. This makes walked, listened, and looked. Be careful with your pronunciation here. Usually the E is silent. For example, walked, not walked. Listened, not listened. And looked, not looked. So this sounds easy, right? Sadly, it's going to be a little more complicated. This rule is only for regular verbs. It is only with regular verbs that we add an ed. Irregular verbs are quite different, and there are a lot of irregular past tense verbs in English. So let's have a look at some of them. In the simple past tense, there are lots of irregular verbs, and when using these verbs, we do not add ed. For example, catch doesn't become catched, it becomes caught. Take becomes took. Keep becomes kept. Sing becomes sang. Read becomes read. Drink becomes drank. And write becomes wrote. Now this is only a few of the irregular simple past tense verbs. There are so many of them, and they don't have a pattern or rules to explain their spelling change. Sadly, to remember them, you just have to learn them. But there are lots of very useful irregular verbs tables that will help you learn these verbs. You can find one of these on this website, gingersoftware.com. There is a link to this verb table in the video description below. But let's have a look at it together now. Here you can see that it is a huge list of all of the irregular past tense verbs in English. The first column is the root verb, or sometimes called the base form of the verb. And the second column is the verb in the simple past tense. The third column is the past participle of each verb. We don't need to use this for the simple past tense. so only the first 2 columns are important for us today. The table is also in alphabetical order, so it's really easy to find the verb that you need. So, how can we use this table? Firstly, let's choose a verb that we want to use in the simple past tense. How about do? So, let's look at our verbs table. Is it here? Ah, yes, there it is. So, do is the root verb, and if we look in the second column, we can see that in the simple past tense, do becomes did. What about talk? Let's look at the verb table again. Is it here? No. So that means it is a regular simple past tense verb. So we should add ed. This makes talked. Let's try 2 more. What about find? Is it on the verb table? Yes, there it is. So find is the root verb in the first column, and if we look in the second column, we can see that in the simple past tense, find becomes found. And what about listen? Is that on the verb table? No, so that means it is a regular simple past tense verb, so we should add ed. This makes listened. Okay, so let's test our understanding of the simple past tense. I'm going to show you some sentences, and I'd like you to think about whether the simple past tense is correct or incorrect. Firstly, they worked in a restaurant. Is the simple past tense in this sentence correct or incorrect? Whilst this sentence might sound correct, the spelling is incorrect. Work is a regular simple past tense verb, so we need to add ed, not just d. He runned to the gym. Is this correct or incorrect? It is incorrect. Run is an irregular simple past tense verb, so we don't add ed. Instead, we would say he ran to the gym. We talk all night. What about this one? This one is incorrect. Talk is a regular verb, so we need a subject, we, the root verb talk, and then we need to add ed. We talked all night. Really well done, everyone. Thank you once again, everyone, for watching this video. It really means a lot to me, and I really hope it was useful. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll answer them as soon as possible. And if there are any specific ESOL topics you would like me to make videos about, please let me know again in the comments and I'll try my best to do that for you. If you liked this video, please check out my Instagram account and my YouTube channel for other ESOL videos and ESOL content. And please also share my videos with your friends and family that are learning English who might find them useful. We'll see you all soon.